So, what happened? How did one of Japan's best-loved series turn into one of its most reviled? And the answer is simple and kind of sad. GT was the first Dragon Ball anime not based on the manga of Akira Toriyama, but instead— oh god, not again! GT was the first Dragon Ball anime not to be based on the manga of Akira Toriyama, instead being created purely by the internal staff at Toei.
Like 70% of Super is like that. And didn't you say you like those moments of filler in the Dragon Ball Z? Where they expanded on the lore and stuff that Toriyama didn't? Yeah, but that was because of that director and producer. And they're probably not the same, maybe. I don't know.
Toei being the company that animated the Dragon Ball Z anime, with Toriyama only providing some character design work and approving some of the early episode concepts.
Sounds like Super. And you know, he approved some of the early concepts, like the fun kitty stuff you said. That's what he wanted. Because it was fun. And then they went, Toriyama, the people ain't digging this. And he probably just shrugged and went, do what you gotta do.
Toei made what they wanted to make, a cartoon marketed to children designed to keep that Dragon Ball merchandise machine spinning.
How is it marketed towards children just because Goku is a child? That doesn't mean anything. The first, 2 or 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Super were just, hey, we need to go find a ring or a present for Gohan and Videl. Oh, funny jokes and wax and goose. What? I don't understand the kid aspect of this.
And to retain that golden time slot of 7 p.m. Wednesday, until it was cancelled after a 64-episode run, after what its creators would later describe as a divisive reception. Would the series have turned out?
Yeah, because some people were just like, eh. And other people like you, babies, were like, this isn't my Dragon Ball. That's why you're not watching Kai. Because it doesn't have the soundtrack you like. Because they changed some of the dialogue to the original dialogue. In order to like Dragon Ball, you need it to be exactly what you like. And thus, if it's not exactly what you like Kai, you go, I ain't watching that. Because it's not what I like. It's not what I had. I can't recommend it to you people because it's not what I had. And the other one I had was 291 episodes, and I can't recommend that either. Because of length. No. Just watch it if it's good. That's all. I've watched all of JoJo's. It's about the length of Dragon Ball at this point. What's the difference? I'm going to be watching My Hero for years to come. Don't care if it ends up 500 and something episodes. If the One Piece anime wasn't so terrible in pacing, I would still be watching that. I poke my head in every now and again. I poke my head in for One Piece, which is just like a fan-made Dragon Ball Kai. I poke my head in there and I watched all of the Dressrosa arc through that. Fantastic. And I'm just like, wow, this is good with this. And then I look at the actual one, and it's an extra, 40 episodes. Unnecessary. Now, admittedly, there's some stuff where I'm like, I can't recommend this because it speaks so much to me that I'm just like, I don't know if this is good or not. Something like Erased. Erased it's got really, really good characters. It's got a good story. It's got time travel. So I'm like, I don't know if this is good, but it speaks so greatly to my likes that I'm just like, I like it. And if you like these 3 things, check it out. That would be my recommendation. Something like Genlock, where I'm like, terrible characters, mecha, bad story. I'm like, I can't recommend this. Poor acting. I'm like, I can't recommend this at all. But I can't say that... And it's 10 episodes. I can't say that it's because it's bad. I can say that it's because of it has all the things that make something bad to me. So if these things are not appealing to you, don't check it out. But those are 2 extremely biased things where I'm just like, arr. But if somebody goes up to me and asks, hey, can I get a horror recommendation? I will go Hell Girl. I will go Death Parade. I'll go Higurashi. I can recommend that because it's so broad of a term. Mm-hmm. But if it's just like, what's something you like? Give me that. I can't go Detective Conan. I don't know if they like detective stuff.
Exactly.
I can't go Ippo. I don't know if you like sports stuff. I can only go by what I enjoy. I recommended Gamblefish to this kid because I know he likes character stuff.
There's some good character stuff in that.
Poor ending.
I wasn't gonna mention that because that could, boy, I don't want to just start derailing into that.
But any better if Toriyama had been more central in its creation?
No, it wouldn't have been. Because if y'all got Super and it was 0% penned by Toriyama, y'all wouldn't like it. But just because he penned it, y'all go, this is good.
Hey, check this out. Dragon Ball movies. Bro, Toriyama had nothing to do with that other than a couple designs. But people jizz all over Broly to this day.
People still love Janemba.
He had almost nothing to do with Bardock. But, except for the new Bardock. I wonder how iPatchWolf feels about that. Because Toriyama had nothing to do with that.
Honestly, I don't think it really would have. By 1996, Dragon Ball had been running for 10 years, meaning Toriyama had been creating manga for 16 years.
I know I'm recycling that. I don't care.
I don't care!
Dude. There are people that have been creating manga for 40 years.
Since he's just gonna recycle points, let's recycle points. Araki, he's been doing this for almost 30 years, weekly, monthly, with almost no fanfare until the anime came out.
Ippo has just celebrated its 30th anniversary. Just celebrated. Still going. And you know what the mangaka just said? I finally have an idea of where Ippo is going. He's finally seeing the end of the Ippo story. Not that he's penning it right now. He just knows the progression of how this story is going to end.
Oda, 20 years.
20th anniversary this year.
Hard. But now 16 is just like this oh my goodness, 16 years, he's been doing it for 16 years. My goodness. Oda still got another 5 years under his belt.
At least.
Araki can take this as many parts as he wants. He's showing no signs of stopping. His art is still amazing. His storytelling is still fantastic.
Hiro Mashima has like 8 manga going concurrently.
This man, I hate Hiro so he is a beast. He's an absolute monster. And his talent does not equal his work ethic. You know what? It absolutely does, but it's a seesaw. His work ethic is
like scale.
It's like D's on the ground. It's the fat kid. And his talent is the little tiny kid up in the air going, wee. It is an absolute seesaw. That work ethic needs to lose some weight so they can balance out a little bit. Hiro Mashima legitimately has 3 manga running. He's been doing this for years, at least for 15 years. This dude's doing 32-page mangas with like 4 2-page spreads. Admittedly, he's a monster.
Tite Kubo gave up like after 7 years. You could see how he declined in his art and everything near the end. He just quit on his creation. So don't just go, because he's been creating for 16 years, he's showing signs of getting tired. No! Toriyama just quit on his creation. That's the problem. And he doesn't love it anymore like that. Otherwise, he would be penning all the stories. Instead, he's going, here's some bullet points, here's some designs, do what you do.
And to put it plainly, dude was burnt out. What was, for so many people, a hugely important and formative piece of media was for him just the job he had to wake up to every morning and likely work on late into the night. And that took a physical and mental toll that could be plainly seen from interviews and author notes that came later on in his career. When Toriyama talks about Dragon Ball now, he speaks with a level of apathy that is honestly a little shocking. And so to me,
Pause. Apathy. Don't you think that there was apathetic feelings during the making of it? Not just looking back on it. This dude went from a kooky gag manga to
That he loved.
To this kooky gag manga in the beginning with action adventure sprinklings in it, to people going fight and him going, well, I guess we just fighting now.
The stuff he approved of GT was kooky adventure stuff.
This dude went Frieza, all right, peace, y'all, and they went, nah, sit back down. We got some work to do. Cell, all right, peace, y'all. No. We got some work to do. He in the beginning of Boo, kooky, wacky high school stuff. And babies stamped their feet. And went, no, we're fight. Fight good. And he gave y'all a fight. And y'all didn't like Boo. And then it ended.
So after that drop, they went, okay, you can stand up, Toriyama. We're good.
We good now.
And then 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years later, Toriyama Dragon Ball. I can't sit down anymore. Oh, you don't have to. Just give us some stuff.
Beerus, he's been there the whole time. He's just been asleep. There's this attendant who's the strongest in the universe, except for he's totally not. And now Super Saiyan God. People got their wacky kooky stuff. People got their fight stuff. And now I lay down to sleep. And there's my alarm. More? Okay. Frieza, I don't know.
I gave y'all what I had.
A whole new character, a new design. You guys should take this anywhere you want. There's other universes. Goku can train, whatever. Take it where you want. We want Frieza back. If Frieza comes back and he trains and he's gold now, whatever. A new form? Blue. Whatever. Stop calling me. Tell me that's not what this sounds like. Tell me. He's just like, Frieza, gold, blue Super Saiyans, whatever.
This is what happened in Super. Beerus, Frieza, tournament, Evil Goku, tournament. Do you hear this?
Are you sitting there just like he looks back on Dragon Ball Z with apathy, but now 15 years later he's reinvigorated? Are you telling me that, or is it just even more apathy? Because you're just like, you dragging me back to this thing? These babies aren't done with this yet?
The only question is, did Toriyama go to Toei and say, I got some new stuff for y'all? Or did Toei go to Toriyama saying, could you give us some new stuff? And if the answer is the latter, he's still apathetic towards the series. He still doesn't care about it enough. I am 100% certain Battle of Gods was all him. It was something he really wanted to do.
It felt like it. It felt like he had an idea and he did it. But then again, the same thing could be said about Yosun Goku, because it was just a party, villain showed up, they fought, boom. And then this is just a party, villain show up, fight, boom. So I can really feel Toriyama's hand there. Maybe he did have an idea of just like, yo, this is the 15th, the 30th, whatever anniversary of Dragon Ball. Let's have some fun with this. You got a new villain. He's mashing Goku.
You got a new form.
Goku's reaching heights. Vegeta's like, I want to do that too. You got the tease of more universes. And then you throw up the deuces.
For the future.
Y'all got something y'all want to do with this? Go ahead. A couple Xenoverse games. Y'all can take this wherever y'all want. But then you got another movie, and then you got a series. And then you got another movie. And now this train is never going to end because people are just like, when's Super going to come back? The manga's still just a-rolling.
When's next Dragon Ball thing?
When next product? And that's all these people are caring about. Not this dude has been out of ideas for upwards of 25 years.
And Toriyama doesn't care. The money's going to keep rolling.
He can write whatever he wants.
And y'all will consume it. Why is Kale different? Why is her transformation different? Don't even think about it. Female Broly.
He writes down tournament, Goku fights Hit, Goku loses. And they make an entire arc out of that. And this dude gets a dump truck of millions of dollars. And that's all he needed to do. Maybe do a couple designs. Maybe approve a couple things over the phone. He works for maybe an hour. And he gets millions of dollars. And he doesn't have to think about this thing. And this is going to continue ad infinitum because this is what you people desire.
And it's no work for him.
It's zero work for him.
There's no chance of him burning out because he can work 2 months out the year, pen 8 designs and 8 ideas, and that's 5 years of content.
He was I think he was a script writer or storyboarder for Broly. Mm-hmm. What was Broly? Broly was Dragon Ball Minus. You don't have to write anything there. Frieza arriving on the planet. The Bardock story. Fight. And that couldn't have been more than a 2-page script. Legit. But that movie went on to gain, like $100 million? How much of that is you think is going into Toriyama's pocket for such little work?
Dragon Ball was done when Dragon Ball was done. And that's hard. I think it's easy to convince ourselves that media is this infinite ethereal thing that can...
No! Harry Potter was 7 books. No matter what, there are 7 years of this school. I knew after the 7th book, there's probably not going to be Harry Potter stuff. There might be some prequels, there might be some jump in the future, but as far as Harry Potter is concerned, there might be some side stories. That horror series that IGN April Fooled everybody on a few years ago, that looked interesting. There might be some stuff like that. But as far as Harry Potter MV, done.
And I want more. The story was over.
The story was complete.
I was adult enough to just go, Harry Potter's story is done. I don't need to know about Voldemort at age 28. I don't need to know about Dumbledore's teaching adventures in McGonagall. Nothing.
I'm reading the Burn and Balzano series by Richard Montagari. And it's a bunch of detective books. But I know there has to be an end. Byrne is already talking about what is he doing after once he retires. Maybe he'll go to Florida, but he hates Florida. Maybe he'll go there. He hates the mountains. He's not going to go there. He's already thinking about the end of his journey. So I know this will end eventually. Sure, you have things like that series that's been running for like 50 years. You're always going to have a new Law and Order on TV. But you're not going to have that Law and Order, but you're always going to have a Law and Order on TV. Doctor Who may be infinite, but eventually things are going to end. They may end quicker than you want, or even the creators want in the terms of TV show or even manga, because sometimes just like your series isn't selling, we're canceling it, and they may get an end or not, depending on how the freaking thing.
Or something like Berserk, where the dude is just so sick he can't work.
So you may never get an end, but you in your heart know that eventually thing you love ends.
I've always said, finish One Piece and then go in the ground. Because once One Piece is over, I don't want One Piece Shippuden or One Piece Boruto or whatever. Even if Oda is alive by some miracle at the end of One Piece, I feel like he's just going to be like, that's it. And I'm 100% fine with that. I don't need 50 years in the past Garp adventures.
I am 100% okay with 7 years after One Piece he does a one shot of something.
Absolutely.
I don't
do that.
Go ahead. I don't need
But-
continuation of story that just ended.
But I'm not sitting here going, I'm going to be 68 years old reading the new One Piece chapter. No. I don't need that.
I don't want that.
I like stories that end, especially when they end well. I don't need to be a baby going, this is going to last forever. No. It's ending and it's over. If you sprinkle something in another story that you got, if Oda does something else and then sprinkles in like a Jolly Roger or what, fantastic. Astra Lost in Space, that was done by the maker of Sket Dance. He threw in one reference to Sket Dance, and I went, "Hey, Sket Dance!" And that was it. I wasn't like, "Yo, are they gonna meet the Sket Dance crew and see a computer?" I was like, "No, that's all I needed." I'm happy that you're still happy about that enough to slide that in there. The Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. They mentioned Terra, the Teen Titans Terra, once. Because they're like, that story's done. You don't need to be a baby about this. Dragon Ball ended. Let it end. Have your one-offs. Have your what-ifs in the game. Have your Yo Son Goku and friends return.
Have movies.
Have movies. Have OVAs. We don't need a continuous series.
Have what if movies. What would have happened if Goku stayed evil? Have it.
Have it. We don't need a series. Let things end. Because all that's going to happen is more and bigger and more and bigger.
And what series do you know that increased in quality until the very end? The more things go on, the more chance you have for a dip in quality. And do you want your series to dip in quality?
Do you want to fool yourself into going, no, this is still good?
I say the sunny seasons that come out now, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The seasons that come out now aren't as good as seasons prior. But every season has at least one all-time great Sunny episode. Even if 7 episodes are okay to good, there's always one great episode. But if Sunny ended tomorrow, I would be fine with it. I love Sunny, but I would be fine with it. The Life and Times of Tim is my favorite adult series in history. It ended after 3 seasons, and I was bummed about it, but I didn't go, I need them to continue this series. Because they ended it in an ambiguous way that it could continue or it could end, and I was fine with it. I didn't need a new Zim movie.
Happy I got it.
I needed a Hey Arnold movie. There were too many loose ends.
That needed to end.
There were too much stuff to answer there. But Ed and Eddie, after Ed's Big Adventure, or Eddie's Big Adventure, whatever that thing was called, after that, you don't need any more. The cul-de-sac kids defend Eddie against his brother that he's been saying is cool throughout the entire series, but he's actually just a piece of bully. And everybody comes to Eddie's aid, and the series will just continue in your mind.
Gracefully sunset.
Graceful sunset.
But no, they lassoing this sun and bringing it right back up.
Yu Yu Hakusho got one OVA like 13 years later. Good. Don't need any more.
That's all.
I don't need the next Yu Yu Hakusho thing. I like that OVA too. I don't need the next Yu Yu thing. It ended gracefully.
You don't need to be a baby and going, this is gonna last forever, and I want it to last forever. Because you get super from that.
Because you get the last 2 arcs of Bleach from that. After the Aizen, Dunzo.
You can't speak to the last 2 arcs of Bleach. The last arc of Bleach.
Yeah.
You can't speak to that.
I've heard
but
enough.
you will.
Last forever. when in actuality it's as finite as anything else, something that burns on the passion and creative energy of the people who make it.
You shouldn't need to be told that.
He was burning out, so where was the passion? It didn't burn bright. It fell off.
Which, like all precious resources, is depletable and will eventually run out. And so, all we can really do is accept that the things we love, the things that meant so much to us at certain points in our lives, they end. And
Yes.
we just have to let them go.
Yes.
Why do we need to be told this? Why does this need to be a segment in this video? Of course they do. You realize that when you're a kid and your first relative died. It's like, oh, they ain't coming back, or a pet or something. You don't need to be told this as an adult. Even once you hit like 10, you should be like, all right, finite.
Whenever a series ended, a cartoon ended as a kid, I was like, where's new episodes? Oh, there's no new episodes? Oh, man.
All right. That sucks. Moving on.
I would love more, but I don't expect more.
Yu-Gi-Oh! To Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Oh, yo, new kid. He's completely different from Yugi. Oh, they're just going to make a couple references every now and again? That's cool. I don't need to see Taya. I don't need to see Joey. Because I'm not a baby.
It's with that in mind that I discovered something I was not expecting to from the outset of this video.
No.
And that was that upon rewatching Dragon Ball GT,
No.
I didn't hate it.
Cause it's just Dragon Ball.
You're going to turn your head. I'm just a skeleton. I've ascended. This is the exact same thing as his other video. Dragon Ball is the hypest, yo. I ain't watching that though. GT is such a disappointment. It goes against everything that I love about Dragon Ball. Sorry. Oh, you can't trust anything about this man.
Wait, I swear.
Why not say this in the beginning? Why not go, I'm saying this as a person who hated GT, but I went back and watched it. Here's all of my points and references.
He flips a coin, and he's like, oh, it's head, but it's tail, but he goes, but the eagle has a head, so... Wait. No, that's the tails.
This is something else.
I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Christ.
You know why? If he talks about how the Adventure Kitty stuff is fun,
I am no more.
then I'm just gonna ask, why do you like Z?
This dude is so incredible.
If he talks about the fights being fun, then why did you need that Toriyama choreography or those actual characters like Cell and Frieza?
What are you gonna contradict with your next couple sentences? Cause you've bashed this video GT for all this time. What are you gonna contradict?
That might sound insane following everything I've said in the video thus far, and I do stand by those criticisms, especially in regards GT's fight scenes, but the fact is Dragon Ball Z entered my life at a point when I really needed it. And now I don't anymore. And with that expectation removed, I see GT not for what I wanted it to be, but what it is.
So you weren't a baby stamping your feet anymore? You grew to appreciate it because it's actually an okay series?
So you just were expectation is clouding all of my judgment of this pretty okay series, but it's not Dragon Ball, so me hate. But now that you're going, yo, Dragon Ball kind of sucks. You go, it's fine.
GT's actually kind of alright.
Now that you quote unquote don't need Dragon Ball anymore, your eyes are open and you're going, Now that you have not as much emotional attachment, you're pulling back and watching the series?
A perfectly watchable kids show, and
It's not a kid. You know what? It is a kid show. Because shonen are kid series. And there's nothing wrong
Not
with that.
a darn thing.
And once it gets to the hyper violent dark stuff, how is it still a kid show?
especially those first 16 episodes that now just feel like this weird, cool space adventure homage to the more innocent first 14 chapters.
Why did you need to be an adult to see this? That's what it always was!
This is impossible.
You literally had to turn your brain on.
Turn your brain off to watch Dragon Ball. No, turn your brain on to understand why GT is pretty okay.
What a child.
And I noticed things I never did before, like how nice the art direction occasionally is, that the fight with Nova Shenron is better than it has any right to be, or what a heartfelt send-off the final episode is to Dragon Ball.
You needed to 15 years later to see that. Grandma Pan just going, look at this. Thinking back. Dude, this is, how can you let your mind and vision be clouded this much?
By what you expected. You just expected this.
And then once that expectation leaves, for some reason now it's okay. It was always this story.
This was always what GT and Z was. Always.
From the beginning.
But now it's okay. What the hell happened to GT?
Nothing.
It was okay.
Nothing happened.
You know what? Something did happen. It's better than I thought.
Nothing changed but you.
Nothing changed but you. Toriyama didn't go back and rewrite episodes and they put out a shadow version of GT.
It was always this.
Especially that scene when Krillin and Goku have one last spar on the beach.
That was always great.
And it's still the same series I watched from back then. The only thing that's changed.
What a great thing with Roshi's eyes!
Fantastic. And you're just sitting there with your arms folded, watching that, just going.
Because Goku a kid, the progression didn't matter anymore.
That was fantastic.
Changed is me. The only thing that's changed is us. And so, if you, like me, were infuriated by
We just screamed about the only thing changing is him, and he goes, the only thing that changes me. But yes.
Yes.
That's correct. And he's about to say, if you hated GT like me, give it a watch.
Watch it again.
You may be surprised by what you think. Because, you know what? It's pretty okay. To this day...
Patreon. Patreon, y'all.
To this day go Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super in terms of the quality of the series. To this day.
Yeah.
GT at a younger age. I don't know. Maybe try it again sometime. And who knows? You might like it.
-10.
Nothing's ever gonna hit that.
-10.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Dude.
I hate it.
Within 2 minutes, you changed your baby doesn't have this emotional fuzzy motivation. 2 minutes later, unlike baby, they don't have motivation. What happened?
-10.
You get whiplash from what happened?
He mentioned 2 villains. he mentions 2 villains and then just go, nah, these hard -10, and I hate that I have to do it.
You hate that it's on the level.
I hate it so much. But that was so offensive in 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes. That pissed me off so much.
How?
This dude is, I understand it helped you in a moment that you needed it and all this other stuff. You are a baby about Dragon Ball. I'll say you were a baby.
Yeah, because he's growing. He's going, I don't think Z is good. It might not be good anymore.
This video shouldn't have existed. Because you slag off Dragon Ball GT for almost 20 minutes and you just go, yo, but check it out though.
But here's the thing. It shouldn't have existed if it added that ending bit. If he just go, it didn't have this, that, third, that's what happened to it. You know what? No. Because what the hell happened is I grew up.
Nothing happened to Dragon Ball GT.
Maybe even this video, this is like a Oceanus thing where I'm just reading way too much into this.
Like him?
Maybe
Progression through struggle.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Maybe what the hell happened is just about us growing up.
Then he should have done more than, because that was what, a minute?
Absolutely. But I think he wanted to appease people. Because at that point, he's got 16 of your minutes. So who cares if I go, it's all right in the last minute and a half?
No.
Yeah, no. Absolutely no.
I don't think he was trying to appease people. I think that he wanted to slag off Dragon Ball. But as he watched, he went, oh man, this isn't that bad. But then he still had all of his thoughts and he had his script written down. So he just sort of slid that in the end.
But then you change it. You
you don't.
The script.
No, you don't. Because if you change the script, you would control F and go, yo, I've said fate 70 times. You think that's too much?
I think that number's a little low. I think he said it.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but
84 times, I believe.
But if you would go back and change scripts, you would go back and do that. I think that he just wanted to slag off Dragon Ball.
No.
Because he was such a big fan, and he went, yo, this actually isn't all that bad.
See, the difference between that is Oceanus didn't change the way he thought upon revisiting the series. So he doesn't need to control F fate. He went, I have most of the script because I remember why I didn't like it. Oh, wow, this is actually okay.
And then he wrote the part about Baby, all that part, but then he watched the series and went, oh, he actually does have a motivation. So he put that part in.
But he didn't change the other part.
Didn't.
Where it was just like,
it's just a good guy versus a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He should have just moved that over to 17 and Omega Shenron.
Nope.
He should have just went, Baby feels like Dragon Ball Z.
No.
But the 1/3 of the series feels... No, 1/4 of the series feels like Dragon Ball Z. 1/4 of the series feels like Dragon Ball. And half of it feels like GT, which is just bad person doing bad thing and we must stop it. But instead he went... It's just not good.
Yeah, because look at the progression of the video. Intro, Dragon Ball is super important to me. Here's all the good things about Dragon Ball. Here's the 16 episodes of GT, Baby, 17 Dragons. Hey, watch GT. And that was it. So I gotta assume he wrote at least the first part of it. At least up until the 16, because he barely talked about it. He was just like, oh, they go through and then they hypnotize and blah, blah, blah. So as he was watching Baby, he was writing his script. And that's why he has no motivation. Instantly contradicts with, here's his motivation, unlike these two people. That's got to be the only option. Otherwise, he's just just a complete douche. Just a lying douche.
Not a lying
but
douche.
Then again,
a misleading douche.
A misleading douche. But then again, he does that 2 villains for Dragon Ball thing. Where he's like, look at these 2 villains and their great personalities.
Yeah, that's true.
So either he's being a lying, disingenuous douche, or he was watching it as he was freaking scripting, and he just went, "Oh, I gotta just change the ending. I can't just go GT sucks, deuces Patreon. I gotta go, maybe we all change." No, we didn't all change.
From the get-go. GT's alright.
I've always said GT is fine. You will constantly get people going, GT's not fine because not fight good.
People to this day say GT is one of the worst anime, if not the worst anime they've ever seen. How? He said it in the beginning of the video. How? Because you've got people out there that like King's Game. Because you have people out there that think part 5 is the best part. Because you have people out there thinking that the Tournament of Power is one of the best tournament arcs in history. Because you have people out there that say One Piece sucks. Because you have idiots.
Idiots and babies. Babies who just never grow up past what they are.
I don't know what we're doing next. Yeah, that's a -10 as well.
Hard -10.
And I'm retroactively bumping up my Jinbei to a -9. Because I think I said -8 last time. It's a retroactive bump up to a -9.
Yeah.
That video was terrible.
And this isn't like hey, if we did a -100, the golden win would be a -100 and this be a 90. No, that'd still be a -100.
Yeah, this was
a bad video.
Bad video.
This is a bad video. I did not enjoy it. He contradicted himself too much. There was just too much just being disingenuous. I did not like it. It's gonna be a good listen back.
Oh yeah. We're gonna end this and then I'm gonna do what I always do and go through the comments and make fun of you people. See ya.
We don't know what we're doing next.
We don't know what we're doing.
It'll be
next.
something.
It might be part 5.
It might be part 5.
It might be a part 5 video.